Okay, we're going to call the meeting to order. Today is Monday, January 24th, 2022. My name is Chris Pia, and this is calling to order the WPCA Town of Stratford at 7:16 p.m. First item on the agenda is going to be the approval of the minutes from the regularly scheduled meeting of November 22nd, 2021. I'll entertain a motion for approval. Mr. O'Brien, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Councilwoman Dancho. Any discussion?
Mr. Chairman,
Ms. Shake.
I'd like to make a motion to amend the minutes on page 2. Towards the bottom, Mr. Casey's report, it currently says Peck's Mill, and it should read Oak Bluff.
So Mr. Casey provided me. John, if you just want to, not a problem, just go ahead.
Yeah, that's just, we had discussed both Peck's Mill and Oak Bluff, and it got kind of commingled in the text. So the one you approved last month was a hatch replacement at Short Beach and Oak Bluff, and tonight we're going to talk about Peck's Mill.
Thank you. Any further discussion? So motion to amend by Councilwoman Shake. I'll call it for a vote. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Chair votes aye. Any opposed? No opposed. Motion passes 9-0. And back to the originally scheduled motion to approve as amended. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Chair votes aye. No opposed. Motion passes 9-0. Thank you. Next item is report of Town Engineer, Mr. Casey.
So our main focus is the pump station project right now. And I have action items for change orders, and we also have an action item for the extension of the completion date for the project. The completion date is currently February 15th for substantial completion, and the contractor, because of supply delays, is not able to meet that, and he's currently projecting April 26th as the completion date, but even today he said he has to push that because he can't confirm some delivery dates for miscellaneous items. So I think at this point I just want to report to you that the completion date will be extended. At this time we don't believe there'll be a cost associated with it, but we will have to amend the contract to extend the completion date. But we're not certain of the date right now, so no action item A.
No action being requested, just an informational.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Item B is the change orders for the pump stations, and Lori Guerrero from Ty and Bond is here to discuss those.
Good evening, everybody.
Hi, Lori.
Nice to see you all again. Item number 1 is the aforementioned hatch swap at the Peck's Mill Pond Pump Station. The contract documents currently call for a new hatch in the roof to provide access to town personnel for the removal of debris from the bar screens. They requested a larger hatch opening that's located closer to the driveway to make their job easier. So this change provides for the extension of a hatch, making it larger, and also swapping the location of the hatch and the odor control system to bring it closer to the driveway. So it's those two items along with the electrical modifications needed to move the odor control system.
So, excuse me. So what we'll do is, as we did last WPCA, we'll take these items one by one, and then we'll ask for a vote on them and proceed on. So I'll entertain a motion to approve action item BI.
Motion to approve item BI.
Motion made by Councilwoman Dancho. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Mr. O'Brien. Any discussion on the item? Seeing none, we'll call for a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Any opposed? No opposed. Motion passes 9-0. Go ahead, Lori.
Okay, action item 2. The contract documents call for safety improvements in the form of warning lights at 5 of the large stations that we're working on. This change also provides for exterior red and green warning lights and a horn as well at the Ryan's Lane pump station that'll help alert the town in the event of an alarm prior to entry into the station to help increase safety to the workers.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion to approve item B2, or B, yes, B2.
Mr. Chairman,
Ms. Shake?
Thank you. I'll make a motion to approve item B2.
Motion by Councilwoman Shake. Do I have a second? Mr. O'Brien? Any discussion?
Ryan's Lane is down near the airport.
Yeah, actually, that's a typo. That's a typo. So this is Ryder's Lane, not Ryan's. There's a pump station at Ryan's Lane, but this is Ryder's that we're
No, I
talking
thought
about.
it was,
Good catch, Bill.
I thought it was Ryan's.
Oh, you were, it is Ryan's?
Can we
Okay.
confirm that? Because there are two.
Yeah, no, it's Ryan's.
All right, so on the remote pump station, we're working on the 5. However, we are doing some work on the remote stations that are not part of our general renovation for communications and safety. So that's what this is related to. My apologies, Ryan's Lane. So that Ryan's Lane basically is at the Army Engine Plant.
Any other
I
further
just have-
discussion?
I have a quick question.
Stancho.
So, do all of the pump stations require warning lights? Or do they all have them already and we just need them on these?
They had them on all the other ones, so we just needed to add them at Ryan's
So
Lane.
these are being added and all the others already have warning lights
Mhm.
and signals or whatever it is? Okay,
Yes.
thanks.
Any other discussion? Seeing none, we'll call for a vote. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Chair votes aye. Any opposed? No opposed. Motion passes 9-0. Go ahead, Lori.
Okay, item 3 is the Pex Mill Pond generator exhaust pipe. Right now, the existing pipe, we were called for replacing it in kind, exiting the building horizontally. Because of the fact that we're putting new louvers in at this station, we have to bring the pipe out and then bend it up, so you have a 3-foot vertical separation by code between the intake louver and the exhaust pipe. So this change provides for extending that piping and a support bracket.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion to approve item B3.
Motion to approve item B3.
Ms. Stancher, do I have a second? Mr. O'Brien, any discussion on this item? Seeing none, we'll call for a vote. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Chair votes aye. Any opposed? No. Motion passes 9-0. Next one.
Okay, item 4 is floor drain replacement at the Pex Mill Pond Pump Station. Our contract documents call for rerouting the pipe into the sump pit as opposed to going into the wet well as it currently does. When they started the work, they found that the actual traps in the floor drain piping were in poor condition and needed to be replaced. So this provides for that replacement.
Okay, I'm looking for a motion for item B4. Mr. O'Brien, do I have a second? Ms. Dancho, discussion? Seeing none, we'll call for a vote. All those in favor? Chair votes aye. Any opposed? Motion passes 9-0.
Okay, item 5 is davit crane installations. We currently provide for new davit cranes at Pex Mill Pond, Benton Street, and Oak Bluff pump stations. The town requested that a davit crane be provided at the Riders Lane pump station to help remove screenings from the bar rack. And also the davit crane at Short Beach was found to be in poor condition, so they requested that that one be upgraded to provide a new one as well. So provides for 2 new davit cranes as well as miscellaneous electrical wiring modifications at all of the stations.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion to approve item B5.
Mr. Chairman,
Ms. Shake.
I'll make a motion to approve item B5.
Okay, motion by Ms. Shake. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second, I got Mr. O'Brien. Discussion. Any discussion on the item? Seeing none, we'll call for a vote. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Chair votes aye. Any opposed? No opposed. Motion passes 10-0. Ms. Rice is here. Carol, for a record. Yep. Go ahead, Lori.
Okay, item 6 is a small grade change at the Pex Mill Pond Pump Station. When we were trying to get in touch with UI during the design, it was very hard to get information out of them. After we went into construction of the station, we were told that the utility meter had to be no more than 5 feet above existing grade, but we also had to keep it above flood elevation. So we had to increase the grade along one wall of the station at the meter location to provide that 5-foot clearance, and we felt that was the most efficient way to do this.
Looking for a motion for item B6. Mr. O'Brien, do I have a second? Stancho, any discussion? Seeing none, we'll call for a vote. All those in favor? Chair votes aye. Any opposed? No opposed. Motion passes 10-0. Go ahead, Lori.
Okay, item 7 is also at the Pex Mill Pond Pump Station. There is an existing gas detection equipment in the wet pit area, and we called for new gas detection equipment in the dry pit area. Once we started construction, we discovered that the wiring modifications needed to join to the existing system were going to be more expensive than just simply providing a new meter at this station. So this provides for a new meter at Pex Mill Pond to cover both the wet pit and the dry pit side.
Looking for a motion for item B7, please.
Mr. Chairman,
Jean Marie. Ms. Sutton, do I have a second? Second by Lisette, thank you. Discussion. Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Chair votes aye. Any opposed? No opposed, motion passes 10-0. And the last one, Lori.
The last one, there was the construction of a utility platform to provide the 5-foot clearance to the utility meter at Benton Street. Was approved by the WPCA in November. However, due to COVID, materials prices have risen significantly in several areas, and we were notified that the subcontractor had said the cost of materials for the platform itself had gone up by $1,500. So this change provides for that material cost increase.
Excuse me, looking for a motion for item B8.
Mr. Chairman,
Ms. Shake.
I'll make a motion to accept item B8.
Motion by Ms. Shake, do I have a second? Mr. O'Brien on the second. Any discussion? Seeing none, we'll call for a vote. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Chair votes aye. Any opposed? No opposed, motion passes 10-0. Thank you very much, Lori.
Okay.
Appreciate it. It's good to see you.
Okay, have a good night.
Back to Mr. Casey for the next item.
So in the June meeting, we approved deferment of connection charges for a commercial property on Ferry Boulevard, 230 Ferry Boulevard, and that was reported to have a total number of connection units, and you recall that you approved one connection out of the total, and the total to be deferred to another time. And at that time, we were estimating a total amount of 5.4 equivalent units, but in doing our final layout for that, it came out to be 5.6. So I wanted to advise you of that because you did approve it. It doesn't change your approval of the charging of one, but it doesn't change the deferral amount from 4.4 to 4.6. So the total amount is 5.6, and that's what we're asking Verity to approve.
So we need a motion on this, or Mr. Marino, I know you communicate with the property owner's attorney on this. Are we good, or do you think the commission should make a vote?
You know, this might be more of a, just informational for the board. The board, if you recall, on June 28th, amended its policy to allow for the deferment under certain unique circumstances for commercial properties. A unique circumstance presented itself with respect to 230 Ferry Boulevard, and the authority approved the deferment of the connection fees related to all units above 1. So if the amount is not going to be changed, which I don't believe it is, then it's really more of an informational to say there was a clerical error where it should have been 5.6, but it was represented to be 5.4. But I don't think it changes the math, so I don't think it affects your approval.
Gotcha. Thank you. I'm good with that description. Any other discussion on that before we move? Nope. Thank you, Mr. Casey. No other action items for you, right? For tonight?
No.
Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you, sir. Moving on to Mr. Hyde, WPCA Plant Superintendent. Go ahead, sir.
Sorry. I have one action item for this evening. Landria wall pump had failed about a week ago, and we have received today a quote for $15,178.55 to repair it. $14,000 of that, $14,078 and $15 is the parts. There's only $680 worth of labor in it. It's reasonable. Quote, it's a little bit less than half the cost of a new unit. I'd like to request a change to the agenda for tonight's WPCA board to request authorization to make this pump repair and use funds of $15,178.55 from the capital outlay contingency account.
Okay, so what I'm looking for, you can all see the email. I asked Mr. Hyde to print it. We all know that stuff fails, and when it comes in, it comes in. So thank you, Tom, for getting this to me today. I'm asking for someone to make a motion to waive the rules to add the request by Mr. Hyde to his report under new business, please.
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Connor.
I'd like to waive the rules and add what Mr. Hyde just requested to the agenda.
Okay, motion to waive. Do I have a second to that?
I'll second.
Ms. Dancho on second. Any discussion on this? Just motion to waive to add to the agenda. Seeing none, we'll call for a vote. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Any opposed? No opposed. Motion passes 10-0. Back to the original motion as amended. Any further discussion for Mr. Hyde on this item? Nope. Okay, we'll call for a vote. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Chair votes aye. Any opposed? No opposed. Motion passes 10-0. Thank you, Mr. Hyde. No other action items for you, correct, sir? No other action items for you?
No, that's all I have today.
Thank you very much. Report of the town attorney. Mr. Marino, do you have anything we need to take action on this evening?
No, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much, sir. Seeing that no old business, no new business, I'll entertain a motion for adjournment. I have Mr. Poisson. Do I have a second? Mr. O'Brien. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Chair votes aye. Thank you all.